Okay, guys, the question is how has MTP traded the year so far? And I'm going to go over that. But I do want to point out that I told you guys on this day, this was possibly the cycle top. And I told you on this day that the Bybit fallout would probably take price down to around 85 by Tuesday, which is crazy that these things happened. But we're not here to trade discretion. We're here to see how we would have traded. So one of the major updates we made recently, which improved the results quite a bit, and let's check this current setting. This one for a 31% drawdown, 85% profitable trades, 3,000% return. Let's crank up the risk a little bit. I could do with a bigger drawdown, 42% for 6,000%. So one of the things that I found is that honestly, a lot of the backtests on Bitcoin look better without a dip buy. So here's the dip buy. No, I have dip buy off. Same thing. Um, breakouts only. So what happened? Actually, there were two buys that happened on October, right around 70,000, and then it sold on this day right around 101,000. So those were the trades, and depending depending on your settings, like no matter what, it de-risked most of up here. So bought here, sold here, and it's just done nothing. That's it. Now, it's potentially would take a long here, and I wouldn't fault you for taking a long here, but I found that for Bitcoin, it actually backtests better when you're not trading dip buys. Also, for me personally, I just don't want to be in the market that bad or that often. So the breakouts happen, they play out faster, and then not to be in the dip buy. I do have dip buy exposure via the bots, but as far as MTP goes, am I going to be a buyer here? I think it's probably a really good buy. I'm personally not likely to do it just because I don't like manual trading when I can trade automation, but just want to show you guys that. Very simple. Now, let's go to the stock market. Let's go to the NASDAQ, US 100. So, same vibes. Now, we could turn on the dip buy. The NASDAQ tends to do better with the dip buy. If we look at this, yeah, it needs the dip buy to be really a good system. That said, I I really like the conditional close when I'm feeling bearish about the market, and we got it, and we can't really complain. Look at what happened here. Okay, the number of longs, it exited three of them, it's still in some of them, so it partial TP'd up here. Everything in profit, everything closed in profit, and prices come down pretty aggressively. Same thing for US 500. You can see it started to sell out here, and then it took an entry and just closed it right away. So the market has been, it's just been closing out of a lot of positions. The only one that's still kind of going is gold, but it's slowed down, it's rounding. I don't know if it's going to dump hard, but um, I mean, it's de-risked somewhat from last year at least, where it sold a bunch up here and a bunch up here. So that's pretty much it. Now, we could just follow the system, but I just want to go down and look at some more stuff. I mean, if I do not like trading other cryptos, but we're saying that um, actually Bitcoin dominance has been weak and ETH dominance has been relatively strong. Not all of these have given signals. ETH didn't go as low. That's cool. Well, I just want to point out something interesting. So if we look at the liquidations on Bitcoin, now I'm going to discretion, by the way. 600 million longs were liquidated in the last hour. That should be bullish, right? Let's go look at the funding rate from a couple of perspectives. So that tells us how the market's positioned. It tells us simply are more people long or more people short. I would think most people should be short after a big wiping. For Bitcoin, we're actually not seeing that. funding's not high, but the longs didn't get wiped out, which is kind of crazy. These little red bits are where, um, wow, funding went super high up here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that added to my like, it's this market's probably gonna sell off here when I saw that. Let's go ahead and look. So if we look at Bitcoin here, funding did not go negative, actually. It's not super high, but it means the market is still predominantly long, which is interesting. And we also have spot sold off. And open interest didn't nuke as much as you think. Actually, price is down from 95 to 85, and open interest is the same because it looked like a lot of just fresh longs have been coming in this whole time. So people have been longing with leverage they haven't stopped. So it's also doesn't look as safe to long as I would want it to be. I mean, for me, this looked like a much better long back here when the market went super short and we had it still didn't get to new highs, but we had a nice rally. Here's a little bit more dangerous. Funding is a little bit elevated. Everybody's longing. So I'm okay sidelining personally from discretionary. And when I saw this, that was telltale that this was going to be more legs down in this decline where funding spiked to the highest it had been since the all-time high with everybody wanted to long the initial dip from Bybit, but news was going to roll out Monday and Tuesday on the mainstream news and scare people, and funds are going to withdraw from exchanges, just cut, and they're going to de-risk their crypto in doing so, and it did happen. So if you guys are interested in the system, trading the system with us, there's a link down below. You can get a free demo and you can join the free Discord as well. So go check it out. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.